what am I in each of these? And especially, and here's what we're going to have a real talk about. And I may even offend some people, but we're going to talk about it. Whew. Okay, here we go. If you are a piano player, I need you to watch this video. I'm going to have a conversation with you today that I wish someone had had with me years ago. I wish that I could have told myself back then. Why? It would have saved me so many years of frustration, stress, even a little bit of heartache. We're going to have a little bit of a therapy session today for piano players. So I want you to stick with me. This is going to be a different type of a video for me. If you don't know me, my name is Matt Hodge. I spent the last 15 years of my life being a music professor and a professional piano player and composer. And all of the tips and tricks about piano playing, which I love talking about and what my channel will discuss, all of those are fantastic. Today, we're going to have some very real talks, some brutally honest conversations. And I want to know at the end of it if you can relate to any of this. And I hope that I can help you discover something that it took me too long to discover about myself. This is going to be a different type of video for me. Like I said, I promised myself for this video, I was just going to sit in my chair, put my mic on, push record, and I'm just going to talk. There's no weird editing. There's no jump cuts. There's no crazy music stuff happening. I'm just going to talk. I still have my piano here. I'm going to show you a few examples of what I'm talking about, but I want to talk to you, piano community. So here we go. There was a period of about 5 years of my life as a piano player that even though on paper and to everyone around me, I was looking very quote unquote successful, I was struggling as a piano player. I don't mean financially. I mean mentally. Why? I was going through an identity crisis as a musician, as a piano player especially. And I'm talking about this today because especially in the piano world, I see it a lot, too much. And I want to break down these barriers. And I want to bring some of this darkness into the light. And I'm not exaggerating. So we're going to talk about it. During this period of about 5 years, I was finding success. I was a music major in college and I was doing a bunch of professional gigs and my hand was in a bunch of everything. I was finding success in more of the academic world, more of the classical world. I was finding success in the musical theater world. I was finding success in the jazz world. I was sort of doing all of these different paths as a piano player, which on paper was fantastic, right? I was very grateful to have these opportunities to be sort of an up-and-coming, rising young piano player. But it started to get to me because of how I was experiencing each of these islands, and they felt like very separate islands. And it was really messing with my head as a piano player of what am I in each of these? And especially, and here's what we're going to have a real talk about. And I may even offend some people, but we're going to talk about it. Not specific people, but worlds of music. I didn't like the way these islands saw each other because I was in all of them. And so I was constantly feeling a specific type of gaze that I was projecting onto myself because of what I was seeing. And I still see it to this day with up and coming students too. And I try really hard to squash it. So what am I talking about? Let me stop talking in sort of these vague sentences and get into details. So let's take, for example, I had a very deep love-hate relationship with sheet music. I was really messed in the head of what should I think about sheet music because of living in these different worlds. So for example, in the classical world, it's a bit of a stereotype, but there's truth in it. Sheet music is held on such a high pedestal to the point it's almost worshipped, meaning the sheet music is what trumps everything. The sheet music is the gold. The sheet music is the beautiful artistry, and it is your job as the piano player to make that sheet music to be like its vessel. And I fully dedicated to that, right? I don't want to change the notes that Mozart wrote. Who am I, right? That's Mozart. So there was that type of relationship with sheet music. Sheet music is everything. If I sit down at a piano, it's because I'm sitting to look at sheet music that is in front of me. On the flip side, I was also working a lot in the world of jazz, and a big pillared fundamental of jazz is improvisation, taking the sheet music away, right? To the point that sometimes I saw people laugh at other piano players if they needed the sheet music, because it's supposed to just come from your soul, come from your heart, right? And so going back and forth between two worlds of how they viewed sheet music very differently, I started to notice things that I didn't like, and it kind of made me uncomfortable. And again, these are just my experiences. They're just anecdotes. So I'm not saying everyone in these worlds of music is like this. But I saw it enough, and I continue to see it enough in students that it makes me realize it's time to talk about it. In the classical world, sheet music is like glued to the piano. And even once you take it away, it's because you've memorized the sheet music. And a big section of jazz, depending on the setting, sheet music is gone, right? It better not be in front of you. I started to have a big identity crisis about all of this. Who am I as a piano player? And I didn't like how things were started to be looked down upon. And as I got into the world of musical theater, that's also very popish at times, right? Kind of pop music and Broadway music from the music world as a piano player seemed very similar to me in its approach and how it's played and also how it's perceived. Okay, let's get real. And I guarantee you, some of you watching this have experienced this yourselves. People over here, people in the classical world, quote unquote classical world, they looked down a lot. They just did. They looked down on the other people. I saw it firsthand. They felt that we're over here doing sheet music. We're doing this incredible, not just sheet music, but like masterpieces, right? We're over here doing the sonatas and the incredible symphonies and these gorgeous masterpieces that were, engraved by these idols in music history. You're over there playing pop music. That's cute. Good for you. That was a little bit of the attitude. It just was. On the flip side, people over in more the contemporary world, the pop world, the musical theater world, and in the jazz world, they were looking over here at classical people. And again, I saw it, I experienced it, as you are a little pompous. You're a little too highbrow. You're no fun. If I take the sheet music away from you, you're going to cry. You think you're better than us. And so it turned into them looking down at classical musicians, that you're very outdated and you don't love music for the love of music. And because I was working professionally in all these fields, I felt in the middle of all that. And I pulled my hair out about it. I went through such an identity crisis for years because I didn't know what to think. And in order to get success in one, did I have to dedicate to a philosophy in one of them? And if I did that mean I have to embrace this negative thing on the other side of it? Because I don't like that. I just hate negativity. I just don't like that. I'm a big believer of the world is what we make of it. And I believe that in the world of music. And I didn't like working with people who looked down at other people that I was also a part of. And it was happening on all sides. So because of this, I had a big identity crisis. What answer did I come to? I finally was able to arrive at an answer for myself because of what I was seeing. I didn't like how other people were looking at each other and how they were experiencing it within themselves and how that was impacting them negatively as a musician. For example, I started to see classically trained students that literally, once you took sheet music away from them, they panicked, they freaked out. And not because they didn't have the sheet music memorized, it's because they didn't know what to do. Like, in order to have a relationship with the piano, they had to have classical sheet music in front of them. And I found that very sad, because it felt like you need an entry point into having a relationship with this instrument that you supposedly love to play. It felt like a barrier. That was tricky to look at. And on the other side, I saw quite a bit of more contemporary musicians who play by ear or improv, who don't really read sheet music or, respect music theory or want to learn about it. And they would kind of freak out when you gave them sheet music to read. But I need you to play this. Like, that's what this is that we're doing in this moment. I just didn't like it because it felt like we are not respecting the world of making music out of our own creative minds and improvisation and breaking all the rules and whatnot, and just playing from the heart and soul. That we're looking down on that. And we're also looking down on the intelligence and mastery and beauty of how music is crafted, the mathematics of it, the music theory of it, how sheet music is crafted. We're looking down on that. It drove me insane. So I have a mission that I want piano players to come to the realization that I did, which is it's all valuable. It is all valuable, and you don't have to pick one, and you can have success in all of it, and you are no better than anyone else depending on which world you're in. I truly mean that. So for example, the piano here, you just have to know what it is you're doing. If I'm doing something like Mozart or classical or Beethoven, right? Here's a little bit of Mozart. Right? Or if I'm doing Beethoven. Right? I should respect that sheet music. I should want to know how it works. It's not my job to come in and just make it my own and just throw away the sheet music. Yeah, I can make it my own and put a human touch into it, but I need to respect what's written. But also, if I just sit at a piano to just play, that just something comes from my head, right? I don't know. Here's the secret. Both are equally valuable because both have value to me. They both do. And because of that, they are equally valuable. So I'm on a mission to make all music respected and to not have these little islands. I don't want camps. And I don't want people thinking that over here, I just have to live in a world that I worship sheet music and I only think about music and music theory from sort of an entry point that I have to be a vessel for someone else's notes. I don't want just that. And I don't want just throw away the sheet music. There's no value in music theory or mathematics or knowing how to read sheet music or understanding how to honor notes on a page and just, do whatever you want. Just feel it. I don't want just that either. You need both. All of them are ingredients. All of them are important, and they all balance each other. And I experienced firsthand how they can balance each other because I was so lucky that I was making a name for myself in all these different arenas. If I had only been successful in one, it would have given me a more limited view as a musician. So I'm so happy that I can do, and to this day I still do it. That's why I never get bored. Any given week, I'm doing something different. I'm either diving into music theory, I'm doing something classical, I'm doing something very popish, I'm doing jazz, I'm doing blues, I'm doing Broadway music theater, I'm doing gospel at church. Like, there are so many different things I get hired for, and I love it all. And I have to approach each one with respect, with integrity, with passion, and with excitement, and not why this one is better or worse than all these others, but why is this one I'm doing today? How does it build off of all the other stuff that I love about the other islands? So if you're a piano player, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to choose, and you don't have to view one as more important than the other. It doesn't matter if you are classically trained, if you are a pop piano player, if you're a jazz improvisationalist, or you are a country guitar player. Like, I don't care. It's all valuable because we are all contributing to making music. And in fact, don't just see value in what you're doing, but see value in the other parts of music that you think are very opposite of you. because I guarantee you have something incredible to learn. I was so amazed and astonished how people over here found the beauty in sheet music and math and music theory and wanted to honor that. That was so beautiful. And I found so much beauty in this incredible skill set to make music out of thin air and to get away from the page and to just see what happens out of your fingertips. I love it all. It's all valuable because you have value. And as long as you play music that you love, you are equally contributing to the value of music being created today. I mean that, and I want you to take that in. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed my little piano therapy session. I don't know if you stayed and watched this whole thing. I know I kind of rambled, but I just wanted to do a different type of a video for here. So don't make me feel alone. If this resonates with you, if you think that this had value to you or you have similar stories to share, let me know. I'd love to see it. Like this video, give me a comment. Let me know I'm not alone in this. And I hope that I could maybe open your eyes to some stuff, how you see yourself as a musician and how you see other musicians. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep making music.